Namaste and welcome to the Festival of Bharat. My name is Divyanshi Sharda, your host. Our very special guest for today's show is none other than Shri Bibek Debroy ji. Padma Shri awardee Shri Bibek Debroy ji is the chairman of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. Bibek ji has authored over 110 books in the field of economics, polity, Indology, and Sanskrit. He translated the unabridged version of the Mahabharata into 10 volumes, amounting up to 2.5 million words, into English, becoming only the third person ever to achieve this feat. Sir has also translated the Bhagavad Gita, the Harivams, the Vedas, Valmiki's Ramayana, the Bhagavad Puranas, and the Markandeya Purana. Along with Manmathnath Dutt, he is only the second person to have translated both the Mahabharata and the Ramayana in the unabridged form into English. He has featured in the 2019 Limca Book of World Records as the most prolific translator. Bibekji, namaste and welcome to our show.
Namaste and thank you for inviting me to your show.
We are truly honored to have you here with us, sir. Sir, you have translated the unabridged version of the Mahabharata into English, into 10 English volumes. Could you please tell us what your journey was like while translating the Mahabharata into English?
That's not a very easy question to answer. So it is not as if all of this is in the past tense. This is ongoing work. You are absolutely right that I have translated the Mahabharata, the Valmiki Ramayana, the Harivangsha, the Bhagavad Gita is a different thing, into English. After that, what I intend to do is to translate the Puranas into English in unabridged form. For the sake of the viewer, and I'm saying this because people do not often realize this, the Puranas are huge. We have a vague idea of what the Puranas are by watching very simplified, dumbed down versions on television or other forms. The Mahabharata and the Valmiki Ramayana usually are two texts that people are familiar with. Unlike that, relatively speaking, I don't think there is that much of awareness about the Puranas. This wasn't probably the case 100 years ago, but certainly I feel that today, particularly amongst the younger generation, particularly amongst a generation that speaks English, awareness of the Puranas is not that much. You mentioned that the 10 volume, by the way, the Puranas are believed to have been composed by Krishna, the Vaipayan Veda Vyasa, after composing the Mahabharata. So they add to the Mahabharata. It's the same composer, the same author. There are 18 major Puranas. The Mahabharata is believed to have 100,000 shlokas, and you mentioned that my translation into 10 volumes amounts to about 2.25 million words. The 18 Puranas, the Mahapuranas, the major Puranas, collectively they amount to 400,000 shlokas. That will be about 12 million words. As of now, I have done and they have been published the Bhagavad Puran and the Markandeya Puran. Because of the pandemic, publication schedules of publishers have been delayed. I have finished the Brahma Puran and the Vishnu Puran, which will be published soon. I am now doing the Shiva Puran. My intention is to translate, if I live that long, all the 18 Mahapuranas. How has my journey been? It's not a very easy question to answer because there are certain difficulties in translating these texts, particularly into English. There is a process of learning also that happens. because you learn about our Sanskriti, you learn about our parampara, you learn about our traditions, you learn about our legacy, you learn about our history, you learn about our geography, and not just the Mahabharata and the Valmiki Ramayana, but the Puranas also, because the Puranas are like encyclopedias. So today, if we go and worship at a temple, the temple construction is prescribed in several texts, but the primary text, or one of the texts that describes this, is the Matsya Purana.
Yes.
The way images of gods and goddesses are crafted, that's Agni Purana. The way we do our Shraddha ceremonies, that is Gadur Purana. So we are living the Puranas without always realizing them. There is another aspect, which of course is, if you are doing this, you yourself tend to change. But since I am the subject, how I have changed, it is not for something for me to describe. You should ask my wife or someone like that to see how I have changed. But obviously, doing a translation work like this also changes you.
That's really fascinating, sir, to know how extensive and how impactful the Sanskrit translation process is, and the sheer effort that goes into such a magnificent line of work that is so effectively preserving our heritage. So I would really, on the behalf of the whole Festival of Bharat team, just thank you once for doing so much for our culture and our country.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.